The Biden Ultimatum. As our newly elected president, Joe Biden preached the message of unity.
Without unity, there is no peace, only bitterness and fury. No progress, only exhausting outrage.
The American news media has done their part to serve the needs of the Democratic Party at the expense of impartial reporting. The Democratic Party sees opportunity with school shootings under Joe Biden's watch, and recall how the media has a double standard for reporting on school tragedies like this. When George W. Bush or Donald Trump was president and there was a shooting, the media all unified and said, how can we blame the Republican president personally? When it's a Democrat president, such as Barack Obama or Joe Biden, the media says, how can we help them pass the legislation they desire? When a Democrat is offended by words, they feel that is motivation for violence. In the case of Dave Chappelle's attacker, who said the comedian's jokes triggered him. So in today's society of 2022, if a Democrat's feelings outrage them, they are permitted to attack with physical, murderous violence anyone who triggers their emotions.
The idea that an 18-year-old kid can walk into a gun store and buy 2 assault weapons is just wrong. What in God's name do you need an assault weapon for except to kill someone? Deer aren't running through the forest with Kevlar vests on, for God's sake.
Listening to a Joe Biden speech is along the lines of having to watch the scene from Starship Troopers where the brain bug eats a soldier's brain.
What in God's name do you need an assault weapon for except to kill someone?
The MAGA Republicans don't want to get to results. They are ossified in their opposition to any action on gun safety. No matter the cause of violence and no matter the cost on the families, nothing seems to move them.
When we hear the rhetoric of the Democratic Party on this shooting, let's recall how the news media mobilized to falsify reality and the facts on behalf of their favored party.
It's not just here in Georgia. Last year alone, 19 states not proposed but enacted 34 laws attacking voting rights. There were nearly 400 additional bills Republican members of state legislatures tried to pass. And now, Republican legislators in several states have already announced plans to escalate the onslaught this year. Their end game? To turn the will of the voters into a mere suggestion, something states can respect or ignore. Jim Crow 2.0 is about 2 insidious things: voter suppression and election subversion.
Record voter turnout proved Jim Crow smears baseless. Suppressed voter turnout in Georgia primaries blew away all previous records. Yet you won't see any correction from the national news media on their smears going along with the Democrat premise. Hillary Clinton's lawyers lied to the FBI and fabricated charges that Donald Trump was receiving money through Alpha Bank from Russia. The news media reported on that for 4 straight years. A number of news media organizations and reporters won Pulitzer Prizes for their reporting. Yet there will be no retractions when it's revealed that the FBI thought that this information came from the Justice Department and had no idea that the Hillary Rodham campaign was the one making this. The Hillary Clinton campaign passed the Alpha Bank information to the FBI. The source of this was not concerned citizens, but the Hillary Clinton campaign. This tied up the Trump administration in legal knots for all 4 years of his presidency. Yet you will see no corrections from the news media on this falsification of reality. That brings us to...
But these kinds of mass shootings never happen with the kind of frequency they happen in America. Why? Why are we willing to live with this carnage? Why do we keep letting this happen? Where in God's name is our backbone?
The lie is that the Republican Party and Republican voters caused this school shooting. Joe Biden did not unite this country. Joe Biden divided this country. Democrat voters were lied to on all of these topics, such as Jim Crow 2.0. Democrat voters were lied to about Donald Trump working for Russia. And now Democrat voters are lied to about the cause of school shootings. The purpose here is to get out the Democrat vote and to shame Republicans into not working on the agenda they were voted into office to perform. Joe Biden's motives are purely partisan. He is a polarizer and divider of our nation. Americans will have to decide whether Biden's ultimatum represents their vision of what America should be. Thank you.